Hello, it's Dan coming from the pandemic bunker in front of the awesome, huge bookshelf where I'm sure everything I need to know is probably up there somewhere. But I don't know anything. Okay, I swear I know less than most of you who tune in to watching CBC or CTV just in the constant loop. I don't. So I'm a little bit ill-informed, but it's a little bit, I'm going to say tiring, but, kind of tiring. Anyways, it's Good Friday today. So anyways, I'm here, not doing a ton. I started cleaning up at March 7th, which was when I came home in the basement, and finally got through it all. But now it looks worse. So, and all those things that I've pulled out are kind of half done. There's so many jobs half done around here right now. I got another month. I think Trudeau said will be a year. Until we get some form of immunity against this thing, a vaccine, so to speak. But who knows? I mean, who knows? Technology sometimes just blows me out of the water, right? I mean, the first time I saw a Slinky, I'm going, wow, right? Well, now, with the changes in things, hopefully, somebody out there, Jonas Salk, whoever is somebody who even knew him fixes this thing. I did see one. There's like over 100 vaccines that are now possible. At least they're in testing and that sort of thing. And I saw one out of Saskatchewan, which made me feel good. These guys were leading the pack at the time, and who knows how that's all. But they were doing it for the good of humanity. These are scientists, like the old scientists that I used to think of, guys that didn't have an agenda. The most scientific stuff I see now is just simply to bolster one side or the other, right? Sort of like those guys in Dateline. The guy who's he's a blood spatter expert, and he gives a scientist, and he gives his thing, and then the other one gives theirs, and but science and whoever gets they charge a incredible. But these scientists who go, we're in the lab, our goal is to save humanity, and I think, wow, Jonas Salk would just warm right up to this, right? Rather than certain drugs that Trump believes might work, and Dr. Oz. I did see that, by the way, and Dr. Oz, because he isn't the only doctor I'm seeing now. But having coming up with something, scientists are fighting about it. Political adversaries are don't take this, and the other ones take it. And of course, there's the poor people at home. Go, I can't afford any of this, so let's just try the fish tank cleaner, honey. And that was sad. And, but there are a number of things to stay safe. And common sense, it may not get you through, but it could help. So social distancing, of course, that just makes sense to some point where, the downside of that is we go into, some guy was saying, the worst depression, worse than, and yeah, I get it, right? But let's, try to get better first, and let's not panic yet. Well, that panic book from last week, it's probably beside my bed. Actually, it's right there. So, because, we're looking at, curves, flattening the curves. I haven't seen this amount of excitement in a Canadian thing about curves since Bobby Hull and Stan Mikita realized, we don't need a flat stick. We can curve this thing, and hey, Bobby, watch this, right? And well, the rest is history. A little Canadian snippet, but common sense. Check, for a guy like me, we're in close quarters. We're close to 40 years of marriage, so I need to check the level on the Prestone antifreeze bottle, in the morning. Just make sure it's still, the same, because, living in tight quarters and having, the odd disagreement on things can get elevated when there's kind of no real, no real outlet. So, I guess, and that's great for Dateline, but it's not helpful for, Josh Mankiewicz gets another story, but that's not good for us. So, you got to be try to be as nice as possible to each other, right? Really important. Don't have your family over for Easter. Now, that to me is kind of a laugh, because I got a brother-in-law who he can miss any reason to get together and celebrate with what was it last time? He was allergic to mustard or something, and he'd eaten mustard and couldn't make it, and I go full marks. So I think that's one of the things we can do, is who can come up with like the best excuse for not going to an Easter dinner. That should be part of the family thing, right? I know it's great to get together. What are you going to do when you get together? You're going to look at each other. You're going to say, you know what? He hasn't been social distancing. She had, more family stuff. Did they make me sick? A week after all the fallout, and then the antifreeze level in the garage drops, right? And, those won't be numbers that get recorded. So anyways, have a great weekend, a great Easter. Love you all. Sending you my warmest, and no matter what denomination. And, let's get through this. Let's get through this another week. Love you. Thanks. Bye.